I want to give a message on doubt because doubt is so often what hinders us Christians and makes us seem like we're not good enough to share the gospel or that we're not holy enough. My message is going to be out of Exodus 3 and 4, starting in chapter 3. It's when God appears to Moses through the burning bush to inform him that he's going to be the one to bring the Israelites out of Egypt. And Moses, his initial reaction was doubt. He said, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and that I should bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" So immediately he's doubting. He doesn't think that he's good enough to be able to bring the Israelites out of Egypt. And God responds, "I will certainly be with you, and this will be the sign to you that I am the one who sent you." So God doesn't answer his question of who am I? God answers, "I will certainly be with you." Because that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. God will use you according to his plan when you devote yourself to him. And then Moses asks again, "If I go to the Israelites and say to them, 'The God of your fathers has sent me to you,' and they ask me, 'What is his name?' what should I tell them?" Then God replied, "I am who I am." Because God's name is that powerful. He is the one true eternal God who can work wonders beyond our own comprehension. And God gives him more assurance that Moses is going to be the one to bring them out. But Moses answers again, "What if they won't believe me and will not obey me, but say the Lord did not appear to you?" So then the Lord asked him, "What is in your hand?" Moses carried a staff that he always had. So then Moses set a staff, and God said, "Throw it on the ground." So Moses throws it on the ground, and immediately the staff, when it hits the ground, turns into a snake, and Moses runs from it. But then God tells him, "Reach down and grab it by the tail and pick it up." So then Moses caught it, and he picked it up, and it became a staff again in his hand. It became the shape of the serpent, but it was formed into a staff for Moses. And that was going to be the sign to show to them that God appeared to them. God also told him, as another form of reassurance, "Put your hand inside of your cloak." And Moses put his hand in his cloak, and he pulled it out, and it was full of diseases. And then God told him to put it back in his cloak. Put it back in, pulled it back out, it was clean. That was another way of reassurance that God was going to use Moses. So after both of those wonders, Moses still replies, "Please, Lord, I have never been eloquent, either in the past or recently, or since you have been speaking to your servant, because my mouth and my tongue are sluggish." So Moses, when he spoke, he had a little bit of a stutter. He wasn't really as fluent in speech as other people was. So he thought that would hold him back from bringing the Israelites out and would be kind of a blockade for him. But the Lord said to him, "Who placed a mouth on humans? Who makes a person mute or deaf, seeing or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak, and I will teach you what to say." So even in Moses' doubts, and when he thought that he wasn't eloquent enough, God responds, "I will help you speak, and I will teach you what to say." When we feel like we fall short in certain areas, like whether we stutter or we're not as smart as somebody else, we rely on God and our weaknesses to make them our strengths. Because God has the power to bring us up in our weaknesses and allow us to be full in his love and his grace. And after that, Moses replies again, "Please, Lord, send someone else." So after all of these reassurances, all of these actions that God has done to prove to Moses that he's going to be the one, Moses is still saying as his last plea, "Lord, send someone else." And then God responds with anger. "Isn't Aaron the Levite your brother? I know that he can speak well, and also he is on his way now to meet you. He will rejoice when he sees you. You will speak with him and tell him what to say. I will help both of you and him to speak and will teach you both what to do. He will speak to the people for you. He will serve as a mouth for you, and you will serve as God to him. And take this staff in your hand that you will perform the signs with." So instead of God sending someone else to do his work, he sent Moses somebody to help him. Because Moses had that stutter, he thought he wasn't good enough. God sent Aaron to speak for him. So when we feel like that we can't fulfill God's plans for us, he's not going to strip those plans from us. He's going to send somebody in our life to help us fulfill those plans. Never be afraid to let somebody help you when you feel like you're weak and you can't make it through. God's going to put people in your life to help you improve and to guide you on those paths. And sure enough, as we read through Exodus, Moses is the one who parts the Red Sea and leads the Israelites out of Egypt. Even through all of the doubt and through the thoughts that Moses had that he wasn't good enough, God still used him. God never gave up on him, and God gave him the glory, and God gave him the ability to bring them out of Egypt. When you feel like you're battling your doubts and you feel like you can't bring your circumstances, you can't guide yourself out of Egypt, you feel like you just can't break through that wall, God is working in your life. God is giving you signs and giving you wonders in those doubts to show you that he is still working in your life. There's never a time that God is not working to make you better and to make you into something new. Allow Christ to move and allow him to change your life and change those doubts into strongholds, change those doubts into beliefs, change those doubts into firm foundations in Christ, because he has beautiful plans for you. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you guys. I'll be sharing more messages like this as well.